Despite current conditions, we're talking spring with Bob Hendrickson of the Iron Ore Heritage Trail Authority. Good morning. Thanks for coming in on a very snowy Monday.
Yeah, welcome to Monday. Huh?
Welcome to Monday. Welcome to the Upper Peninsula, where we're talking spring, but we certainly have wintry conditions. But I mean, with the new season, we're also talking about a change of leadership. So you have a new board coming in this month.
Pretty much, yeah, pretty much a whole new board. So each April, that's our annual time that we do our annual meeting, new officers. So this year with Ely, Humboldt, and Republic coming on board with the millage, we're going to have 3 new representatives from there. So John Dulick, who's the supervisor for Republic Township, will be taking the seat for Republic. Jim Kippola, who's on the Planning Commission, will be representing Humboldt, and Michael Anderson for Ely Township. And also a pretty new board member is Laura McDonald. She's representing Negaunee Township, and she's taking Al Reynolds' seat, who passed away last year, and he was one of our founding members too.
With the addition of these board members, do you see, I don't know, maybe a possible expansion of the trails, or maybe more collaboration between communities with the trail use? Yeah,
well, really the big expansion for this year is the Lankin Line project going east on Chocolate. We'll be working quite a bit with Chocolate Township on that. I think a lot of it, though, is that we have a full board, so we have 10 representatives, and we'll be having, like some new formula of, what we want to do for priorities. So after Lankin Land gets finished, then that's kind of the start of a whole new, like, what's next. And I think this is a good time for a new chapter for the Iron Ore Heritage Trail and some new representatives. We will be having a representative from Marquette, County of Marquette, and that'll be pending our articles of incorporation that we're getting amended and approved this upcoming month.
And I'm certain that we'll hear more about those future projects and plans during these monthly chats. But, talking about right now and what we have ahead of us in the month of April with the change of seasons, eventually, maybe I've got my fingers crossed that we might see spring. That means that how they recreate on the trails is changing too.
Yeah, so I've been noticing, just kind of watching the trail and monitoring the trail. We figured the snowmobile season's pretty much over. Well, surprise, it's not. So that was kind of like, but at the same time, people are starting to get anxious to get their bicycles out, walking on the trails and doing that. Everybody needs to remember that spring is the most damaging time to trails because the frost is coming out and the mud and everything. So when you're on the trails, especially if you're walking or your bicycle's sinking in like more than an inch, you want to probably stay off that trail for time. The biggest thing is like sticking to paved trails or trails that have a better tread that can withstand the spring thaw.
Yeah, so kind of be mindful of those conditions. And then one more topic before we let you go here this morning. Celebrate Trails Day coming up later on in April.
So this is our second time participating in this. It's hosted by Rails Trails Conservancy. It's on Saturday, April 26th, so it's always the last Saturday in April. Depending on what the weather does, will depend on what we do. But we really want to create a trail awareness opportunity just to celebrate the trails that we have, the Iron Ore Heritage Recreation Trail, or the Iron Ore Heritage Trail for one, but all the trail systems that we have in Marquette County.
Well, I wanted to thank you for your time this morning, for coming in on a snowy Monday.
Thank you.
I will share this information to our website, uppermichigansource.com.